that they've played are not highly ranked. That came against Cincinnati, Kent State, and Maryland, all 100th in the country in total defense or worse. Will face a stiffer test today.
Position early on in the ball game, he wants to set the tone.
The Zion quarterback run for Barrett. Nice hole and a big run. Knock him down as well.
Well, the block is sprung by Ezekiel Elliott, showing you that he's more than just a runner. And J.T. Barrett is a
gain. They convert on 4th down. 1st and 10 from the Rutgers 24. Play action pass. He swings it out to Elliott, the man to whom he thinks.
Outstanding. Remember, Rutgers is first in the Big Ten with 24 sacks.
They're playing at a faster tempo this year, and they caught Rutgers not ready to go.
They do not get the signals in. Now, on the rollout right here, it's a 3-layer pass. You have short, medium, and deep. It's dealer's choice. Just read the open man. And also Ezekiel Elliott getting the defense's ends hands on the ground, creating a clear throw. You wouldn't think you'd say that about JJ, my favorite driver.
4 first downs and 4 passes on 1st down for Ohio State. This one, J.T. Barrett, open receiver. Jalen Marshall broke away.
And right here, it's another good read by J.T. Barrett. Aikens has him in his clutch. Big plays and get him in the right play.
He needs to get rid of it. Spun away from Kevin Snyder, the blitzing linebacker. Now he's across the line of scrimmage, well beyond it. Flashing.
Well, he's not Braxton Miller, but he doesn't have to be, because he's pretty good at being J.T. Barrett. And we talked about it in the opening, the improvement in his running game.
Talk about how J.T. Barrett doesn't do anything perhaps at the highest level, but he does a lot of things field.
Well, he's a math major, so he brings analytics into his decision-making on the sidelines.
They bring a blitz. Barrett throws over the middle to the crossing Jalen Marshall, who gets 4 yards for Ohio State.
You know, coaches love players like Dontre Wilson, and then when you have 2 of them, and that.
After the fake, Barrett swings it wide for Ezekiel Elliott.
Better Virginia Tech.
Barrett is 7 for 7 passing down the seam, on target again. Touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. And a good student as well, working toward a master's in urban planning at Rutgers. On 2nd and 15, all day to throw for Barrett. It's deflected.
First bad pass. It's thrown behind Devin Smith, and he did not throw him open. And a good job of Kevin Snyder getting everything he can out of that 6'3" frame to bat it down.
3rd and 15. Again, lots of time to throw, and another errant pass.
Just a little bit late on this throw, as Spencer's already out of his break. That ball has to be delivered before he goes into his break, and it's just a little bit behind. It would have been a great. His growth and maturation in that area continues to grow.
Tom Herman said, breaking down the tape, they think he's made the right decision in these zone read plays about 85% of the time this year, where the Scarlet Knights chased out by DeLon Stevenson.
Yeah, just the percentage goes up, and you have the awesome pass rusher, Timoko Toure, jumping in and getting a little nosy where he's not supposed to get nosy.
After the 12-yard gain, they want a big hitter. They have a man open. The ball fluttered. 3rd down 7. They are on the edge of field goal range for Nurnberger. That ball's on target, caught by Jeff Hireman. Tackle a 16-yard completion.
It starts with the footwork, Sean. Moving your feet, keeping the feet and hands and eyes married is valuable.
They split him out. It's a slant.
Focusing on all the stunts and blitzes that Rutgers does, and they've done a good job of picking everything up.
Michael Thomas, all 3 spots. Playing right guard right now. Another good slant to Thomas.
That sheet, he saves yards. How does he save yards? Because he always puts the ball on.
3rd in the country coming in pass efficiency, and very efficient again today. And efficiently into the.
Great decision making. Right here, you're going to see that the screen is taken away. You see the offensive lineman downfield. The screen is going to be taken away. So he's not going to force that, Sean. He's going to take a nice little throwing lane, turn it into a running lane. And again, I think he's an underappreciated runner because he runs with more speed.
About to score its second touchdown of the game. The Knights blitz. They don't get to Barrett. His fastball. Barrett. Wow. Looked like he was surrounded. He pulled it down. He's still running. In Ohio State history, now a coach in the National Football League. On first and goal, incomplete pass. Second and goal. Barrett hit as he throws, incomplete. Again,
Rossi, the defensive coordinator, and Rutgers is able to get through. Let's see what happens. Right there, they run a little twist on, and it was a miscommunication.
Hamilton, a fine player. He is one of those big-time recruits who did elect to stay home in his native New Jersey and play for Rutgers. Third and goal now, Barrett. Play clock running down. He snapped it with one. Barrett takes off running and scores.
And you're an athlete like JT Barrett, just run it in. They have man coverage, and everybody knows that watches football. If you're man coverage, the back end has their backs turned, and if the front initial push does not.
This year, his contract was recently extended for 2 more years through 2019. He's going to be the coach for a while. Barrett, deep throw on target to Devin Smith.
That's protection. And anytime you have this kind of protection, you cannot ask your defensive backs to stay with guys. Was the wide receiver position. All of those guys have improved.
Out of the pistol, the fake handoff, and the lob pass to Spencer makes a one-handed
forward. And he earned every bit of it. Going up and showing the athletic ability to get the one hand, lay out for that football. And again, just for Nick O'Leary to play big in his game tonight against Notre Dame, the tight end.
Barrett sets and throws, and from Brooklyn out of Erasmus Hall. As a senior in high school last year, he averaged 15.8 yards per carry. Barrett throws.
Barnwell not panicking, staying with his technique and understanding where that ball is being thrown and not defend that fade stop when it's thrown properly.
Barrett off the hands of Jalen Martin.
In there right now. But this will be his last series.
They're up to 504 yards of offense. That's 4 straight games of 500 plus. And they'll add to that total on the catch by Corey's playoff as well, if you're trying to make an even bigger impression on those committee members.